How to realize you are chosen. Not everyone who seeks is chosen, and not everyone who is chosen seeks. The path reveals itself not in grand proclamations, but in the quiet, unshakable knowing that you are different. It is not a title you give yourself, but a weight you carry, a presence that shifts the unseen. The chosen ones do not blend in. They feel the friction of existence pressing against them, pushing them toward a purpose they cannot name but cannot ignore. Their path is marked not by ease, but by trials, yet they endure again and again. To realize you are chosen is not about ego or superiority. It is about recognition. Recognition that your experiences are not random, that your suffering was an initiation, that your intuition is not imagination, that the world moves differently around you, and you, in turn, move differently within it. Here are 5 undeniable signs that you are among the most powerful chosen ones. Watch closely, because if this resonates, it was never by accident. 1. Trial by fire. The unshaken core. There is no chosen one who has not walked through fire. Not once, not twice, but over and over, until the flames no longer burn, only refine. If you are among the most powerful, you have endured what others would not survive. Loss, betrayal, isolation, trials that seem designed to break you, and yet you remain. The fire is not punishment. It is purification. It strips away illusion, forcing you to confront who you truly are. Comfort is never the teacher of the chosen ones. Struggle is. Where others are allowed to drift, to live in half-truths, to hide behind the armor of denial, you are thrown into the depths of experience, made to face pain with no escape except transformation. This is why the chosen ones do not shatter under pressure. They do not seek to avoid difficulty because they understand. Every hardship is a revelation. The world will test you in ways that seem personal, unfair, relentless. But that is because those who are meant to hold great power must be unshakable. They must know who they are, beyond external validation, beyond fleeting emotion, beyond the expectations of the world. You will notice that suffering has followed you in ways it has not followed others. But look closer. Did it ever truly break you? Or did it carve out something deeper? Those who are chosen may be wounded, but they are never destroyed. Their foundation does not crack, it hardens. And in time, they recognize the truth. The fire was never meant to harm them. It was meant to reveal them. Secret of the fire. The chosen are not given strength. They are revealed as strong. The fire does not create, it exposes what was always there. Those who collapse under trials were never meant to carry the weight of true power. But those who endure, those who learn, those who rise again and again, they are something else entirely. The world does not test those who do not matter. If you have faced suffering and emerged with an even deeper sense of self, you were never being punished. You were being tempered. If this speaks to you, then take it as a sign. You were never ordinary. The fire saw something in you, something it knew could not be burned away. 2. The waters of the hidden path. Not all movement is seen, not all direction is chosen. Some paths are carved by forces beyond conscious understanding, and the chosen ones are carried by something deeper, something ancient, something undeniable. If you are among them, you know what it means to be guided by an unseen current, one that pulls you toward places, people, and knowledge you cannot logically explain. You have felt it. The sensation of being led by something beyond yourself. Synchronicities that seem too precise to be coincidence. Encounters that shift the course of your life. An internal knowing that directs you away from one thing and toward another, even when it makes no sense at the time. This is not luck. This is not randomness. This is the water beneath the surface, shaping your path in ways that only become clear in hindsight. The chosen ones do not force movement. They do not cling to what no longer serves them. They do not resist the flow because they understand. When the river changes course, it is not to punish, but to guide. There have been times when you were redirected, when what you wanted was taken from you, when circumstances beyond your control reshaped your world, and yet you ended up exactly where you needed to be. Secret of the water. The chosen ones do not wander. They are carried. Water remembers where it has been, and so do you. The knowledge you hold, the wisdom that rises unbidden in your mind, the inexplicable sense of déjà vu. These are not accidents. They are echoes, traces of an understanding that predates this life. To resist is to suffer, but to trust, to surrender to the current, is to move with the unseen hand that has always been guiding you. This is why the chosen ones are never truly lost. Even in moments of uncertainty, even when the next step is unclear, something within them knows. And that knowing is enough. If this speaks to you, reflect on your path. How many times have you ended up exactly where you were meant to be, despite your own plans? How many times has life redirected you, only for you to later realize it was necessary? The chosen ones do not simply walk through life, they are moved by something greater, and that movement is never without purpose. The weight of the earth. Bearing the burden of knowing to be chosen is to carry a weight that others do not feel. It is not a burden of physical labor, but of awareness, of seeing what others do not see, knowing what others do not know, and holding truths that cannot always be spoken. This is the weight of the earth, the grounding force that keeps the chosen ones steady, even as the world sways in illusion. From an early age, you have likely felt different. While others were content with the surface of things, you searched for depth. You questioned what others blindly accepted. You saw through the falsehoods, the distractions, the comforting lies that keep most people asleep. This was never a choice. It was the way you were built. A mind that could not settle for illusion, a soul that could not ignore what it recognized as truth. And with that knowing came isolation. Because to see clearly in a world of distortion is not easy. It sets you apart. It makes conversations feel hollow, relationships feel limited, and the pursuit of meaningless pleasures feel empty. You have carried the weight of seeing the world for what it is, while others continue as if nothing is happening. This is the heaviness of the chosen ones. They are like the great trees, deeply rooted, steady, unmoving against the winds of deception. Others may find comfort in fleeting distractions, but not you. You feel the pull of something deeper, something real, and it refuses to let you drift into numbness. Secret of the earth knowledge is not given freely. It is earned. The more you know, the more you must hold. The deeper your roots, the heavier your presence in this world. That is why chosen ones often feel an inexplicable weight on their spirit, as if they are carrying something unseen. This is not a curse. This is a responsibility. Not everyone is meant to be grounded. Not everyone is meant to hold space for truth. Some are carried by the wind, moving wherever they are blown. Some are lost in the tides, pulled wherever the current takes them. But the chosen ones stand firm. They are the anchor points of reality. If this speaks to you, reflect on the weight you carry. The knowledge you hold is not random. It is not an accident that you see things others miss, that you feel a depth they cannot comprehend. The earth has made you into something solid, something that cannot be easily moved, and that, in itself, is a sign. The winds that whisper, seeing beyond the veil, the air carries secrets. It moves unseen, yet it shapes everything. It is the messenger, the invisible force that carries knowledge to those who are willing to listen. The chosen ones are not just seekers of truth, they are receivers. They hear what others ignore. They see what others are blind to. They notice patterns that go unnoticed, connections that seem invisible to those around them. If you are among the most powerful chosen ones, you have always felt a deep awareness that others do not. Not just of people, but of energy, of moments, of the space between things. You can sense when something is off before it happens. You read the unspoken words in a room. You understand what people truly mean, not just what they say. This is not paranoia. This is not imagination. This is attunement. The wind does not speak in words. It speaks in shifts, in changes, in movement. And those who are chosen learn to listen. They do not dismiss their instincts. They do not silence the voice within them that warns, that guides, that reveals. This is why the chosen ones cannot be deceived for long. Lies may work on the many, but not on those who feel the truth moving through them. There is a reason why you have always questioned what others accept, why you feel restless in places that lack authenticity, why you pick up on things before they happen. You are connected to the unseen currents, the shifts in reality that most ignore. This is both a gift and a challenge, because when you see beyond the veil, you cannot unsee. When you hear what the wind carries, you cannot pretend you do not know. Secret of the air, truth is not always spoken, it is felt. The chosen ones do not rely on what they are told. They rely on what they know. This is why they move differently, why they make choices others do not understand, why they trust their inner knowing even when it defies logic. To hear the whispers of the wind is to live in alignment with truth, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it isolates you, even when it means walking away from illusions that once felt safe. The world is full of noise, full of distraction, full of people who choose not to listen. But the chosen ones, they listen. And because they listen, they see. If this speaks to you, trust that your awareness is not an accident. The things you notice, the feelings you cannot explain, the knowledge that comes without effort, these are not random. They are signs, and they are telling you exactly what you need to know. The ether of presence, moving through the world as a force. Some people walk through life unnoticed. Their energy does not shift a room. Their presence does not leave an imprint. But the chosen ones, they do not go unnoticed. They are felt. Even in silence, even in stillness, there is something undeniable about them. This is the ether, the unseen force that weaves through existence, the presence that goes beyond words, beyond actions. It is the unspoken authority of the chosen ones, the quiet gravity they possess. Others may not always understand it, but they feel it. The way conversations shift when they enter a room, the way people either gravitate toward them or resist them entirely. The way reality itself seems to respond to their energy, bending in ways that cannot be easily explained. If you are among the most powerful chosen ones, you have likely noticed this pattern. You do not chase. Things come to you. You do not force. Things align or they fall away. You have a presence that unsettles those who live in falsehood and draws in those who seek truth. This is not something you learned. This is something you are. And with this presence comes a challenge. Some will misunderstand you. Some will fear you without reason. Some will attempt to diminish you because they cannot control you. But you must remember, the chosen ones do not shrink. They do not apologize for the weight of their existence. They do not silence themselves to make others comfortable. Secret of the ether. The most powerful do not need to prove their power. It is evident in their being. The chosen ones carry something that cannot be faked, cannot be taught, cannot be replicated. They are felt before they are understood. And this is why their journey is not about seeking validation. It is about embracing what they already are. If you have ever wondered why people react to you the way they do, why opportunities seem to shift around you, why life does not flow for you the way it does for others, it is because you are not meant to follow the ordinary path. You are not here to blend in. You are here to move through the world as a force, the calling of the chosen ones. To be chosen is not about status. It is not about superiority. It is about responsibility. You are not here to fit in. You are here to hold truth in a world that often rejects it. You are here to carry wisdom that cannot be easily explained. You are here to become the force that life has shaped you to be. The signs have always been there. The fire you walked through, the unseen current that led you, the weight of knowledge you bear, the truths you see, and the presence you carry. All of these are not coincidences. They are confirmations. If this resonated, take a moment to reflect. You did not find this message by accident. Something brought you here. And if something brought you here, then you already know. You are among the most powerful chosen ones. Now, it is only a matter of accepting it. If this spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. The chosen ones recognize each other, and the world is waiting for those who will no longer deny their power.